And Real Madrid takes care of business at the Bernabeu right before El Clasico against Juventus tonight. 1-0, just one goal difference. It was Vinicius Jr. down that left flank once again. And I've said this before many times before. When Vinicius Jr. turns it up, when he decides to play football, when he forgets about the crowd, when he forgets about the people, when he forgets about the criticism, when he forgets about the Ballon d'Or, and when he starts playing football, this is one of the things that he can do. And you can see, you can just tell. And I've seen this body language from a lot of defenses against Real Madrid. Don't you guys, let me know in the comments. I'm very curious to know this. Do you guys feel like defenses are afraid of marking Real Madrid in the box? Like it's almost like it's in their psyche. Like they know that if they touch them or they're gonna fall to the ground or the referee might call the pen. I don't know if it's something, but it just feels like it's into their heads. And today, that was the difference in the game because even Gatti and Rugani, they were very close to Vinicius. Even Copeniers was very close to Vinicius. He had 4 players around him. And Vinicius maneuvered to the right, maneuvered to the left, maneuver back, maneuver front. And it just seems to me that they didn't want to mark him, didn't want to accidentally touch him or hit him or something. I don't know what it was, but it was a great play by Vinicius Jr. I'm going to give him credit. He's very smart. You know, this is a mind game that he does when he's being really like playing it smart. When every time he feels the contact, these players are very good at knowing how to sell these plays into the psyche of the defense. And, takes just in your cross, it takes a really nice cross and it hits the post. The goalkeeper, Gregorio, right? Di Gregorio, he had an amazing game, by the way. He couldn't get to it. It hits the post. And I want to give you guys an insight, okay? I played a striker myself. So I know a little bit of something that Jude Bellingham did on this play that I thought it was fascinating, okay? So one thing is like, okay, so most people were saying on Twitter that the defense fell asleep, right? Yeah, it's true. They really didn't see Bellingham there. But what happened is Jude Bellingham is body to body, right? Body to body as he sees Vinicius Jr. working down on the left flank. He's body to body, and it was Rugani who is pushing Bellingham, and they're going one-on-one. And you can go and watch the replay on this. They're going one-on-one, and as soon as Vinicius takes the shot and it hits the post, what Jude Bellingham does is he waits for Rugani to push him and he lets him go, and that's the breakaway. And that is all striker number 9 instincts right there. That's why he's so close to the goal every time, and he can make like number 9 plays like this. This was a classic number 9 move where he's pushing up, and waits for the defender push off to let go and spin around. And he was all by himself. That's the whole reason why he got that goal. And I thought it was just fascinating. So to go back to this game, and honestly, it was a tale of like Real Madrid deserving the win. Real Madrid playing extremely composed as they normally do. I thought the first minutes of the game, Juventus created chances. It's a Real Madrid who won this game, but it was far from convincing. I'm still feeling like Real Madrid can be had. And Real Madrid needs every bit of Courtois once again. And today, it really showed. Courtois had an 8.0. I think he had 3 key saves tonight. And one of them was a one-on-one on the first half against Lavovic. And, like, let's be honest, that was the high line for Xavi Alonso. And it looked the same style high line as Barcelona has some defensive issues too. So I think Xavi Alonso and Real Madrid are kind of playing a little bit similar right now. And that was a breakthrough one-on-one. You cannot allow from the corner kick all the way down to a one-on-one on Lavovic or whatever, and it took every bit of Courtois at the end of the first half to be able to stop that and take this game 0-0 at half. Now Real Madrid did create a lot of chances, created a lot of opportunities. They just couldn't capitalize. I thought the pressure of Real Madrid brought to this game was enormous in the first half. It was suffocating Juventus. It was forcing them into mistakes, but Juventus kind of held their own. They were just picking their spots, knew when to attack, but we're most likely playing with a low block in this game. But I think Real Madrid, like even in the second half, they suffer all the way until the end. They get this goal. It was like in the 57th minute for Jude Bellingham scores that goal. So all the way up until the end, they were suffering, and it was because this Real Madrid is still struggling to put teams away and just cannot get over the hump. Like they'll get just what they need. Some of these games in La Liga they have been winning just kind of like effortless, and I just don't think that today Mbappe didn't have the best day. Like he had a couple of shots, but when Mbappe struggles, this is the recipe to beat Real Madrid. You gotta mark up man on man, maybe 2-on-1 on Mbappe. Make Vinicius beat you like tonight, right? Juventus said, okay, if Vinicius is going to beat me like that, okay, I'll take it. But I'm not going to let Mbappe beat me. This is what Barcelona needs to do. Force Vinicius to make a play. Force Brahim Diaz to make a play. Mastantuno. Bellingham, can you make a play? Can you do something about it? I'm not going to let Mbappe beat me, and that's exactly what Juventus did today. And look, all the way up until the end of the game, there was another play where he did, what's his name? Conceição came into the second half and was playing pretty well, but it was Openda. Openda had a play where he had a kind of like a give and go, and they played this perfectly. They played this extremely well, and honestly, it was Asensio who kind of tracks back and was able to slide and kind of block that shot, but it was a really beautiful play by Juventus there. They almost did it. I feel like Real Madrid is one of the luckiest teams in the world, man. Like, I feel like if this play happens on Barcelona, I think they score. Because I thought they were going to score. Like, I literally dead on thought they were going to score. There was another chance where it was Courtois once again making that save. I think he must have saved like maybe four key saves. Let me see. Yeah. Exactly. Courtois had 4 saves in this game. That was very vintage Real Madrid, and they figured this out. I've said this before. It's goalkeeping and playing good defense and having a prolific striker up front. That's a good recipe for winning a lot of games. Now, if I want to get into some of the player performances in this game, I thought Arda Güler was very, very good. He looked like he's coming into his zone. And one thing I do want to say, guys, I feel sad that Arda Güler is not a Barcelona player. Like, he's just becoming a force. He's a very good player, man. He's very composed. He knows how to make great decisions in the build up. And today, I think for the first time they played with Jude Bellingham in the midfield. And I thought that they handled it extremely well. And I think him and Jude can develop a great chemistry here because they didn't play together all last season. And I like what I saw. And Arda Güler, man, he's a baller. I would love to see him at Barcelona at the 10, to be honest, but that's neither here nor there. One thing I do want to mention is I thought Valverde, man, as much as you hate playing right back, that's as close at the way that Xavi Alonso has you playing very, very high up, because Xavi Alonso is very smart and he knows that you like to play close to the box. And how many times today he had a couple of shots where some of them got blocked, some of them were wide, but you can see the difference when he plays a right back much better than when he plays defensively as a defensive midfielder, like on the pivot. In the pivot, he has that assignment to mark on players and doesn't want to leave that spot behind and go way too high. So when he's playing as a right back, as much as you hate it, brother, that's the closest you'll ever be to score. And I thought he played extremely well as well. Now let's talk about Carreras, who Footmob is giving him an 8.2. By the way, that's just ridiculous, man. Like, he gave away a goal that Militao had to track back and save his ass. He literally gave the ball back to McKennie in one play, and it was Thuram on the other time. It was Kalulu. It was Kalulu who gave the ball back, and Kalulu just, Juventus could not capitalize on a lot of defensive mistakes that Real Madrid made today. And I'm very hopeful for the Clasico. I'm just going to tell you guys, I think Barcelona can win El Clasico, because one of the things that I see is Barcelona will capitalize on a lot of these mistakes that, for example, Juventus didn't have the quality to capitalize on a lot of mistakes that Real Madrid made today. And like I said, some of those one-on-ones, some of those areas where Carreras, dude, against Getafe, Carreras was making a lot of mistakes. And today, once again, a lot of mistakes. I'm praying that Xavi Alonso starts him at El Clasico, and I think it's gonna be fun if he starts El Clasico. I think Jude Bellingham will start at El Clasico. I think he looked good today. I think he was the man of the match because he scored that goal. He should start. Anderson Dave said don't start Jude Bellingham, but Jude Bellingham has to start now after that kind of performance today. He's in good form to start at El Clasico. I think this is very much the same lineup they're going to be using for El Clasico, which is Asensio, Militao, Valverde, Carreras, Tchouaméni, Güler, Bellingham, Vinicius, Mbappe, and probably Rodrigo or Brahim Diaz. I don't know if they're going to do the same. I think they're going to start Rodrigo. But guys, let me know what you thought about this game. Finally, Real Madrid wins a game without controversies, and I can actually just talk about football. But guys, wait for me. Tomorrow I have an amazing video for the preview of El Clasico, and I think you guys are going to love it. Madrid fans and Barcelona fans are going to love this video. I promise you guys. Make sure you guys check that out, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. And as always, even if this is a Real Madrid game or Real Madrid analysis, Visca el Barça.